Hey guys, Marissa at KitchenTableStamper.com. Today I want to introduce you to Paper Pumpkin and run you through the February kit. The Paper Pumpkin is a monthly subscription program available through Stampin' Up. You can get a kit delivered to your door every month. Everything that you need to make a surprise project is included in the kit. You get all the consumable materials, ink, stamps, and adhesive. Just open the kit and begin to craft. What you'll need is a bone folder usually and a pair of scissors, nothing else. It comes to your door just like this in one little box that's easy for traveling or cropping or crafting on the go. Let's get into this February kit. Okay, so my February kit, I've been in it already, I'll be honest, and I've put some of it together, some alternate projects, the projects as they were intended, but I want to walk you through it like you get it. All right, so in the kit this month are two Stampin' Spots. We've got Indigo, or Island Indigo, and Flirty Flamingo. Stampin' Up! Promises not to send you the same ink spot. Usually you get one, this was a bonus, but they promise not to send the same color ink spot more than one time in a 12-month period. So if you subscribe for a year, like I did, you'll get at least 12 different Stampin' Spots. So this is a really nice benefit of this kit. My husband bought me an annual subscription, so it's the gift that keeps giving. I just love when my Paper Pumpkin shows up at the door. You also, besides the stamp pads that are good for any project, this is a great way to make a collection, you also get a set of polymer stamps. Now, these are different in every month and they come in every kit. This month we've got a fun birthday theme going on. When you open up the kit, you'll find that all of your consumable materials, oh, they always send the fun little Paper Pumpkin thank you. You'll find that all your consumable materials are wrapped and ready to go. Okay, so when you open up this kit, and I've been in mine already, they're not in order, you'll find that there is a printed instruction sheet with full color photos. Inside you'll find step-by-step picture instructions, all the materials that you need to make the project. On the back, there's some simple instructions about how to use polymer stamps. There's the kit contents that are always listed out, and one of my favorite parts, the coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors are listed on the back of the instructions. So in this case, Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, Flirty Flamingo, Island Indigo, Night of Navy, and Pool Party. It's a great way to stretch the kit or to use the kit in creative ways, and you know exactly what colors you need to introduce coordinated materials. Inside of our kit, there's envelopes to match this card, 9 of them. There's these pre-printed It's a Party inserts. So where you saw it at the Macy's gift card, you could add the It's a Party inserts and make it an invitation. If you don't want to make an invitation, this is a really nice whisper white cardstock, little rectangles and scraps. Save this for your stamping. It's just a nice bonus. You get the die cut card bases. I showed you the 3 colors already. They're scored already for you in all the places that need to be folded. They also come with the adhesive strip already on them. So if you look here, you'll see no need to even add an adhesive to this kit. All right, so we're gonna make that one. These are the other 2 colors that it comes in, 3, 3, and 3. You get 9 of the little pull tabs, and they're already die cut for either that invitation or or for a gift card. We'll need one of those. And then the glimmer paper for the flame is included, and the flames are die cut and ready for you to just punch out. No need for tools. But the nice part about this is, let me give you a sneak peek at something. All of this glimmer paper around the edges is great for your other projects, so hold on to that. I've done a couple of really cool alternative projects, and I have been making the best little stars and hearts embellishments by just die cutting what's left of the scrap here. All right, so that's the contents of this month's kit. I'd like to run you through one of these projects as they're intended, and then I'd also like to run you through an alternate project. All right, so let's get started here with this. Beside the adhesive strip that's already on each of these cards and ready to go, they also include glue dots for your flames. So all the adhesive is included. All right, so I've started to work the scores on that. Let's get a bone folder so we can make these scores nice and crisp. Okay, now we've worked our score lines, and this is the front of our card, so we want to next add our flame. We'll take one of these little glue dots that comes in the kit and add it to the front of the flame. And then center that in between the tabs at the top of the card. Then we'll expose the adhesive strip here. And fold up our card. Okay, so we've made the little base of our slider card here. The next thing we want to do is bring in our Stamp and Pierce mat. That's another thing I'd add to this kit. Make sure you got a Stamp and Pierce mat. The polymer stamps make such a nice impression when you work on the mat. Okay, so we've assembled our card, and now we're inserting the slider. I've got my sample here. We're going to use this window to start the placement of our greeting, and we're going to stamp it backwards so that it reads forward when you slide. Happy birthday to you. I've got my Flirty Flamingo this time. It's Island Indigo in there. And I'm going to ink up my happy. And then using the window for placement, we'll center and stamp. Now before we remove the insert to finish our greeting, I've got the little pull stamp here. I love that this little pull word comes with the stamp set, and I get to keep the stamp set forever. I'll use that pull on lots of different projects. All right, so we're gonna center and stamp the word pull on the tab, and then we'll do as instructed and pull. All right, then I've got the word birthday next. We're gonna ink that with the Flirty Flamingo, because we're shaking things up a little and using the Flirty Flamingo on this one. I love that they included 2 ink spots in this kit. All right, then we'll center right to left above happy and stamp. Happy birthday. And now I've got the words to you. How cute. I'm gonna get really crafty and grab the Treat Yourself, You Deserve It stamp. And my Island Indigo ink. And I'm gonna add that little fine print, Treat Yourself, You Deserve It. The gift card will cover it up, but when they take out that gift card, they'll see that cute little greeting. Fun is that? Okay, so slide that little guy back in, and we're done. And how cute! Tie that to a gift bag, comes with the right size envelope. It's a really fun kit. Who couldn't use 9 gift card slider envelopes? But just in case they're not your thing, I've got an alternative project for you. The next thing we're going to make is this fun birthday card. Everybody can use a birthday card, right? So I cut down along the score line and separated this piece off, and then cut the score line off and the tabs off, and I've got a second piece. I made this card from this piece. The medallion is covering that little opening. I'm going to use the second half that I cut off to make a second card. I've got a Calypso Coral card base here. It's 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches and scored at 4 1/4. And okay, so we cut this piece off of the candle card base, and now we've got to cut it down to 5.5 inches. So we're going to be careful to keep the adhesive. Why not? It's already there. So we'll put the adhesive end up and cut it down to 5.5. I've got a snail adhesive here, and we're going to add a little bit of snail on the opposing sides and then expose the adhesive. And we'll glue this panel to the front of our Calypso Coral card. I'm going to bring in a couple of coordinating ink pads for this project. I have the Island Indigo here from the kit. I'm also bringing in Pool Party, Crushed Curry, and Calypso Coral. From this stamp set, I'm going to take these little dashes and black them up. I'm going to use the straight edge of the stamp to keep my placement even, so I want to make sure my stamp is on the block nice and straight. And then I'm going to run this little image all the way down both sides of the pattern paper. I think this stamp is going to come in handy again and again. I'm glad to have it in my collection. Look at what a pretty little border that makes. Okay, so we have our Calypso Coral border done. I have a couple of circles here. They're Night of Navy and Whisper White. I started with 3.5 inch squares of cardstock and then die cut the circles. That gives you a idea of their size. Using snail adhesive, I'm going to layer them together and pop them up on the card here. I have a 1/2 inch piece of Whisper White cardstock here. Let me bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat. We're going to stamp our greeting. I've got Happy Birthday and some Island Indigo. So our greeting is stamped. Let's put a little dovetail end on the banner. Now I have scraps here of Crushed Curry, Calypso Coral, and Pool Party. These kits are a fun way to use up your scraps too. As their colors are listed in the paper pumpkin, you can go ahead and mix and match your scraps with the leftovers from the kits and really do some fun creative things as well as the intended projects. Okay, so I've got my Crushed Curry and a balloon stamp from the Balloon Adventures. I'm going to bring in Balloon Adventures stamp set. This is from our Occasions catalog for the balloon, and the balloon bouquet punch coordinates with the stamp set. Got Crushed Curry on Crushed Curry, and now Calypso Coral on Calypso Coral. Lastly, I have some Pool Party ink and a Pool Party scrap. Let's punch our balloons. Okay, when you're using a punch to cut scraps, sometimes it's hard to get the punch in there lined up. You don't have enough grip. So I'm going to take a little piece of white scrap and I put some snail on the end. I'm gonna adhere that to our Calypso coral, and now we have a handle. So we can use the tiniest scraps and use them up with our paper pumpkin. It's really economical. All right, punch these other balloons too. We've got our little balloons cut. Aren't they cute? I got some thick white baker's twine here. We're gonna tie a couple of little bows. Okay, so we have 3 little bows here, and I've also got 3 balloon strings all cut. I'm gonna get mini glue dots and add these little bows on my balloons. Now on the back of the balloons, I'm going to put a dimensional and sandwich that balloon string in. So we'll sandwich the string with a dimensional and one on the top for support. Ha, aren't they cute? Look at them. Okay, so we've got our 3 little balloons. Let's get them positioned on the card. Okay, aren't they sweet? All right, a couple of things while we're wrapping up here. Did you know that Paper Pumpkin is on sale during celebration? You can get a 3-month subscription for $55. It's normally $19.99 a month, so it's a nice savings during celebration. And you also can choose a celebration item for free. There is a shipping charge on the celebration item, so combine that with other things that you have on your wish list, because you're going to have to pay the shipping on it. But the $55 instead of $59 is a nice discount. It's a great way to try Paper Pumpkin. Everything delivered to your door and alternate ideas for your kit from me each month. What a great way to get crafting. Free celebration item, you can't go wrong. Okay, now I'm adding my banner. I've trimmed it just a little bit, and I'm going to add it with some dimensionals. I'm also going to control these strings with some dimensionals. So we'll add a little dimensional there. It'll support the banner and keep our strings from being too wily. Okay, place the banner. So I've got my 3 pretty little stars here. I die cut these with what was left over from after I punched out those flames. Let's go ahead and get those on here. I'm going to use some glue dots because it'll hold this glimmer paper tight in place. Okay, last, we're going to trim these balloon strings down a bit so they don't hang off the bottom of the card. And there it is. If you buzz over to kitchentablestamper.com, there will be a printable project sheet available on the blog for you with measurements and supplies listed. If you're a Kitchen Table Stamper newsletter subscriber, you get more content that nobody else sees. Did you know that? So I encourage you to buzz on over to kitchentablestamper.com, get the project sheet for this project. But if you're a subscriber, you're also going to get the instructions for this project in your email newsletter from me today. So sign up for the kitchentablestamper.com newsletter so that you're always in the know and you get all the great projects and tutorials. Thanks for watching and spending some time with me today. If you've got any questions, email me, Marissa at kitchentablestamper.com.